that is what it's going to take, in my opinion, to get back onto this bull run. All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to do the daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update, but this is a weekend edition. Today is Saturday, so Bitcoin is still trading, but of course, the Bitcoin miners are not. So we cover Bitcoin and the miners a lot on this channel. If that's content that you're interested in, please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, if you enjoy this video, please smash the like button. And if you have any thoughts or comments, feel free to drop a comment below. Let's get into Bitcoin. So I'm just going to start by showing the big board for the Bitcoin miners at the end of the day on Friday. Everybody knows Friday was not a great day. We'll go through the charts next, but you can see most of the established miners were down 5 or 6 or 7 or 8%. There was 2 miners that were green on the day, so I'm not sure what the price action was there. These things happen. So Cypher was up 0.76 and Any was up 5.97. However, Any was down to $1.90 the day before, so that may just be a little recovery based on the fact that it is down so dramatically. And Cypher is as well. Those two have been particularly beaten up. Another noteworthy one is Wolf. Wolf was down 20%. This is the third day in a row that they have been down double digits. They are down almost 50% in the last 3 days. So they have gotten destroyed. All the other established miners that put out a monthly update, they're not doing very well either. Most of those are well off of their recent highs. They're not at their lows, but they're well off of their recent highs, and in my opinion, substantially undervalued. So again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. I believe these are undervalued, but you've got to do your own due diligence and invest wisely because the Bitcoin mining sector is very, very, very volatile, as you guys probably know. Another one worth noting is DigiHost. They were down 16%. They did a massive at-the-market shelf offering. They're an $80 million company, and they did a $250 million offering. So I did a video on that if you guys want to watch it. It was a rather shocking move. So the fact that they were only down 16% on that level of notification of potential dilution was, I thought, actually very encouraging. But nonetheless, down 16% is not a great day. So I'll let you guys glance at the rest of that board. Let's go over and look at the Bitcoin chart. This is the Bitcoin chart on the 1 hour time frame. So each one of these candles represents 1 hour. There's 3 orange lines that I want to point out. This orange line was when the U.S. equity markets closed on Wednesday. And then if we go down to this orange line, this is where Bitcoin was when the equity markets closed on Thursday. So you can see that was a rough 24 hours. However, it got worse. So if you go down to the last orange line, this was where the equity markets closed at the end of the day yesterday, Friday. So another big drop. And then you can see after hours, it continued to drop. So I've drawn a purple line here that we'll talk about in a minute. But basically, from top to bottom, and I'm going to go here, which is about a 3.5 day period, Bitcoin pulled back about 15% from top to bottom. So, we hate these pullbacks. They're very frustrating. They can be very damaging to the Bitcoin mining stocks. But to keep some perspective, this 15% retracement goes all the way back to just this Monday. So we were here this week. So yeah, it was a bit of a roller coaster. So I'm just trying to put it in perspective because I know a lot of people are panicking, which, it's been that kind of year almost. Since last April, this ride has been very bumpy. So I just want to put it in perspective. Yes, these were 3 bad days, but all they really did was get us back to Monday. In the grand scheme of things, it's not anything to get too nervous about. Now, unfortunately, we did fail an important test that I was hoping we were going to pass to kind of verify the continuation of the bull run. So what you're seeing now is a pullback. It looks like we're going sideways, so maybe some consolidation and regrouping. So we'll have to see. If this can hold, maybe we can take another run at getting past this line of resistance that we're having trouble with. If not, we've got some lines of support down here at 37,400-ish. That's a very strong line of support. Down here at just a little over 34,000, that was the bottom of the flash crash. That has been excellent support. So we have a couple of very nice lines of support that I don't even know that we're going to test, but I always like to talk about that because, as you can see, Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin goes down. So on any given day, we don't know where it's going. I'm still bullish, so I believe on a going forward basis from a macro level, Bitcoin is on the rise. I do not expect this to turn around and go retest its lows at 29,000, which was in July of 2021. However, nothing would shock me. So there's a lot of global events going on and a lot of external factors that are affecting Bitcoin in the short term. So, we may see some very volatile short-term action, but I look at this from a 3-month, 6-month, 1-year, 5-year picture, and, in all of those time frames, I'm bullish. At any given time, the next day or 3 days or week, sometimes the next month isn't good. But I'm going to show you some charts. I think we're still heading in the right direction. If I just zoom out a couple of weeks, you'll see even just this recent trend. Okay, so we hit a low here on February 23rd. At around 34,200. Now, on January 24th, we had hit 33,000. In fact, we dipped just below 33,000. So this is about a month later, and this is a little bit higher low. So from that perspective, trending in the right direction. We took a wild ride to get there, but from there, we went up, retested this line, and then hit a low here at this line of support of 37,000. Then we ran all the way up to really the line that I was looking for. This is a very strong line of resistance. This would be on a bigger picture. This purple line at the top of the screen, and I'm just going to do this. This purple line represents where we need to get past to set a higher high. So I'll zoom out one more time and you'll see what I mean by that. But that was the last. I went through 4 or 5 parameters that were kind of boxes that I was checking to say that I was ready to say the bull run is confirmed. And the last box that needed to be checked was to close a 4-hour candle above this purple line. Well, you can see we got up to it, but we never did that. So we did test this line, which is good, and we may have to test it some more, but unfortunately we failed. So we've pulled back. We've had at this point what is a fairly reasonable pullback at 15%. So a 15% pullback is within the normal parameters of Bitcoin, 10%, 15%. We do see, even inside a bull run, sometimes we see 20 or 30% pullbacks. I don't think we're looking at that right now, and that would actually flip me a little bit bearish in the short term, meaning maybe the next month. If this line of support doesn't hold, then I think we're going to have a little bit of time to consolidate and regroup before we start heading back up. But I am expecting these to hold. So again, this is not financial advice. This is my opinion. From everything that I'm looking at, I think we will start heading back in the right direction. But obviously, only time will tell you. You can see at the moment, we bottomed out almost a day ago, and we've been, pretty much sideways. And now, even with 4-hour candles, we have 3 green candles in a row. So, we're moving back in the right direction. Okay, so this is Bitcoin on the daily time frame. This green line, if you're familiar with the channel, then you'll know I've been talking about this for quite some time. This started on January 22nd and basically lasted a month. This was an ascending line of support for Bitcoin right here. You can see, and we touched it on February 3rd. We retested it again on the 18th, and then here on the 20th, it failed. So we did go below this line, but I was fairly confident. I extended this green line with this white line because the green line ended, so I just wanted to show the delineation. So this is basically just the continuation of this line, and I felt strongly that we would get back above this line and back onto this trend. Well, we had a huge day at the beginning of the week, and we did just that, and we finished above this trend line 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days in a row. And then Friday, it did not hold at all. And once it broke, as is often the case, once a trend line breaks, we had a big move to the downside. So this day is early, but at the moment it's green. We'll see. So now we got to work our way back up above this trend line. But you'll see that has in common with the other goal that we need to do anyway, which is get above this purple line. This was the bottom on January 24th. You can't see this candle wick, but it goes down to this red line right here. So from that point, this is the highest we've been right here, is this purple line, and we just candle wicked up to it, and we almost did so again. So this is our high. This was a higher low. This was not a higher high. We need to set a higher high. We need to get resoundingly above this purple line. So we need to get back above our trend line. We need to set at least a 4-hour candle or a daily candle over here above this purple line. The further above, the better, so that it is a clear breakout. So that is what it's going to take, in my opinion, to get back onto this bull run. I've been talking about the RSI, and the RSI over 50 is where good things happen on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. This green candle is the day Bitcoin went above 50 on the RSI, on the daily RSI. And this red candle right here, the day we lost this trend line, is the day Bitcoin went below 50 on the daily RSI. So we're treading water right now at around 46. So we're still very near 50. So if we go, what I'd like to see is just a little bit of sideways activity and see if we can start heading back up. If not, we may need, we've seen this get down into the mid 30s. We were very oversold at the very bottom here on January 22nd. We were extremely oversold. This was under 20. So, if we start to see a solid trend down and we take out this line of support and we start to head towards this line of support, then we're going to know we're in a short-term bear cycle. By getting above this trend line, by having a candle close above this purple line, by getting the daily RSI back above 50. Finally, I want to look at the MACD, and I'm just going to blow this up for a second so that you can see. So we had a bullish crossover right here, and that was on the day we had the giant green candle. So, starting yesterday, this blue line has just been heading down in a straight line. So these lines are getting very close again. If they cross, it's a short-term bearish signal. So, they look like they're on a collision course to do so. It may be that we need to finish playing out this downward pressure before we can turn back around. I'm hoping we can hold above this. That's the last piece we need to hold above. So that's what we need to stay bullish, or that's what it's going to take to turn bearish. And again, I'm talking on a very short-term basis. You can see this changes anywhere from weekly to daily. So, we seem to be bearish over the last 3 days. If these lines cross and this gets confirmed and we stay under 50 on the RSI, then we may have a few more days or a week of bearish activity. Obviously, I'm hoping the opposite is true, but we're going to have to wait. So I just wanted to show you guys what signals I'm looking for as to whether or not we turn bearish or bullish in the very short term. So again, I am bullish over the long term. Please, again, this is not financial advice. You guys, please do your own due diligence. So I just wanted to give a little catch up over the weekend here on what's going on with Bitcoin. So that's all I got for you today. We will see you in the next video.